Hi, it's Will Ericksson from momentumgroup.tech. Today I'm talking about the question, could I build my product on Bubble? So firstly, we want to understand what can you build on Bubble? And the answer is simple. You can build web applications. Web applications could be described in the following ways. They're things that can be consumed via a web browser, like a website, but they go beyond that in terms of functionality. You can create things like create an account and log in functionality. You can read data from the database, and you can write data to the database. You can build out a totally custom user interface. You have functionality, for example, showing and hiding groups on the screen or elements on the screen, depending on logic. And you can connect to other web services using API calls. It's much more than a website builder. It's something where you can build a web application, which is a web platform that can be very customized and very powerful. What are some examples of web apps that you would come in contact with every day? Well, here are some that come to mind. Marketplace apps, social media networks, blogs and news sites, subscription sites, e-commerce, scheduling tools, project management tools, software as a service apps, for example, productivity tools, where you have multiple users with multiple accounts. So you have users that have accounts, so sign up, pay a subscription, get your account, manage your projects on my app. Apps with multiple user roles, so you can have admins, regular users, team members, whatever you really define. And enterprise resource planning tools, ERP, so tools that help businesses to manage their systems and processes. These are some examples. The list is not exhaustive, and you could certainly combine elements of these different tools to suit your particular use case. So Bubble is highly customizable and therefore powerful. I guess another question is, how long would it take me to actually build one of these? Really depends on your experience, but I would say a proof of concept could take you 1 or 2 weeks, a minimum viable product, 8 to 12 weeks, and something fully functioning as a platform that you can really build a business on and grow over time would be, say, 16 to 24 weeks. Now, I know a lot of people quote timelines less than this. There's a lot of optimism in the community about this stuff, but I really want to stress that when we're building things, these are the sort of timeframes where it takes an experienced person to build it to an appropriate level of detail. So it's fine to build something rough that works sort of some of the time, but if you want to really build it well, then it's going to take you longer because you have to polish it. You have to think about all the possible flows and scenarios that you'll encounter. What are the alternatives to using something like Bubble? Well, first of all, if there's something off the shelf that will fulfill your use case, then I would use that straight away, and I would recommend that. I was speaking to someone the other day who wanted to rebuild an old Shopify site on Bubble, had no clear reason for doing so, other than they thought it sounded cool. And I just said, it's not going to make sense. It's going to cost you a lot more money to build something custom on Bubble when you can use it off the shelf. We have a Thinkific site for hosting our course material, so that's a much more cost-effective solution for me than building it myself. Secondly, if you really do need a custom web application, then I think the only other alternatives are actually doing it in code or using some other no-code, low-code solution. But in terms of the actual way that Bubble's priced and the level of functionality and customization it offers, then it's in this middle ground where it's both incredibly powerful and customizable, having a lot of cost and time saving, whilst being relatively low cost as a platform itself, and having a lot of ability to scale. So Bubble is in this really nice sweet spot where it's kind of coming into more of a consumer-facing no-code, low-code angle rather than an enterprise-facing no-code, low-code angle. So it's got almost the same customization ability as code, but with a lot less cost in terms of the time it takes to develop stuff. So that's where it sits. I think it's a really great solution, and I just love building in Bubble because you can just achieve so much so quickly, and that's why we've chosen to use it as a business. So yeah, that's a quick look at
can I build my product on Bubble? The answer is most likely yes, if it fits into some of those use cases that I described earlier. So if you're interested in this, we do explore all of this and much more in momentumgroup.tech/academy. So check that out. Thanks for listening. Hope to speak to you soon.